the beat of our hearts, to the rhythm of our bodies, the twittering of birds, the thundering timbre of a storm, to the song that the earth sings. The sound of music has a universal echo. It stirs us, inspires us, connects us, heals us, and has a profound spiritual power over us. In the words of Aldous Huxley, it is the blessedness that is at the heart of things. And what is more, as a universal language, it includes each one of us, leaving no one out. From the notes of classical music, jazz, folk, country, and ballad songs, to the sounds of water, wind, strings, or just silence, there is always a composition for every heart. As we know, one does not have to be particularly gifted or musically endowed to hear, hum, or sing a happy song. Not being formally trained or knowing how to play a musical instrument is never an obstacle. For listening to music, itself releases endorphins in our systems. When we listen to music that we enjoy, dopamine, the feel good chemical, and serotonin, the happy chemical, is released in our brains, giving us a sense of pleasure and boosting our mood. It also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, making us feel relaxed and calm. Intimately linked to memory, medical history is replete with startling stories of patients having recovered their speech, movements, and forgotten identities after having suffered debilitating strokes and injuries just through the miraculous impact of music therapy. Music may truly be a universal form of magic, but can it really heal our world? Well, we must tune in into experiencing its magic. Science tells us that in every moment, we are surrounded by radio waves of songs and melody. They are literally waving all around us. Shakespeare expressed it with even greater eloquence. The earth has music for those who listen. Are we listening? Let's begin with the notes of a smile with our esteemed Atithi, Sri Rakesh Chaurasiaji. He was not even 5 when his uncle asked if he would like to follow his footsteps and learn his trade. Very promptly, he raised his hand and said that he would like to learn. He hasn't looked back ever since. Sri Rakesh Chaurasiaji is the nephew and child prodigy of flute maestro Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia. Amongst the most talented musicians of the young generation, he has earned a name for himself and is known as an accomplished flutist. Infusing his personal style with the tradition of his renowned uncle, he has evolved an approach that maintains the purity of the flute while also managing to capture the attention of youth. His most recent venture is his fusion band Rakesh and Friends, which creates music that appeals to the young without sacrificing the essence of classical music. Sri Chaurasiaji has been the recipient of numerous awards and accolades. He received the Indian Music Academy Award, the Aditya Birla Kalakiran Puraskar, the Guru Shishya Award, and the list is endless. He has regularly appeared in prominent festivals such as the Womad Festival in Athens, Womad Earth Station in Europe, and the festivals of India in Russia, Japan, the US, and Europe. Most notably, Sri Chaurasiaji was invited to conclude the 24-hour live BBC radio broadcast celebrating Queen Elizabeth's Silver Jubilee, reaching audiences worldwide. Recently, he toured with legendary tabla virtuoso Ustad Zakir Hussain, both as a duo for classical concerts as well as for the masters of percussion at prestigious venues across the globe. We are honored to have you amongst us, sir. In conversation with Sri Chaurasiaji are our own NIBS Smile ambassadors.
It's an honor to be sharing this platform with you, sir. My question is, thank you, sir. My question is, how do you think that classical music has changed from when you started as compared to now?
Well, if you say the word change is not really change because the Raga Ragini what and the Tala what we used to do in the previous time, we are still doing it that. But I think, well, the world has become too busy. So at that time, the people had, I think, a lot of time. So each concert, each artist was supposed to play like 5 hours concert. Now it's become into 90 minutes, 1 hour, 25 minutes, so 1.5 hours maximum. Because if they want to end up the festival before time, because at that time people was not busy so much in the offices, they were not allowed, means they don't have to go so early in the morning. Everybody was having their own private business or shops or whatever. And maybe what I think, the people had more knowledge about classical music or to understand or to appreciate. Maybe that was the reason each artist was taken for like listening for 5 hours, 6 hours, And looking at now, every person is a working member in the home. So everybody needs to go early in the morning. That's not too bad. But the music is not changed. So what the concentrated of that 5 hours, we had to put in 90 minutes now. So maybe it might sound a little squeezing up, but I think the process of classical music has not changed because, as they say, this is the purest form of music. All the other music have come under this platform of classical music. It can be Sufi, it can be Bollywood, it can be ghazal, it can be bhajan and whatever.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
So what would be your advice to a person who is aspiring to become a professional musician?
Well, first of all, he or she needs to know, and definitely if your mind is make up that what instrument you need to pick up, or if you are interested in vocals, so do you have a nice voice, first of all? And then the first thing is your interest about. If you like flute, if you like, because I've seen most of the kids, in the classroom, they keep on banging the bench and the parents think that, oh my God, he is a great tabla player, he should learn tabla. And generally they push them towards the tabla. And then initially he falls into playing drums with this new age form. So you should decide what you like to listen, what you like to play. Then you should approach a right teacher, or Google is there now. Everything is available on your fingertips, so not a problem at all. But one should know what he wants to pursue.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure the aspiring musicians in the audience will surely benefit from that advice.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people, not only to learn something, but I've seen some audience, the real audience, they just come to listen and just want to have a stress burst. That's it. Oh, it's a meditative. Well, maybe the artist what they like. They make sure that they are there. No wonder they have to come all the way from 2-3 hours by train, taxis, whatever. But I've seen some faces every time being there.
Sir,
Yeah.
do you have any hobbies or interests outside of music?
Yeah, definitely. I'm also a normal human being. I like sports. I like watching action movies. I like swimming. I like to do a little gymming also. I like to go for a run. I have also run a half marathon recently. So I do what I, and it's always it favors my instrument because you build up your stamina for any kind of activity you want to do. You need a good stamina, so it works, and plus it keeps you fit.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So, sir, I wanted to know that as you interact with school children today, are you reminded of any anecdote of your school days?
Yeah, man, that story is a little weird because I was never a good student. I was always outstanding student, standing always outside of the class. Never the homework was done because I was inclined more towards the music, and I used to hide and go to the movies just to listen the songs and everything, and my homework was never completed. And somehow I, but when the teachers and professor came to know that I am into music, and suddenly when there was a teachers day and the kids have to prepare some of the other concerts, so one of my friend told me that, can you play? And I said, no, well, I'm not allowed. I've never played for anybody. So the first time I played this for 5-10 minutes, and when the teachers saw me, oh my god, he does also the music. So the approach towards me was totally changed. I've seen when I was also a small kid, but that change was really a nice good turn for me, because I thought, wow, music can really change approach of the people. And then next time I was never out of the class. Oh, you have not done your homework? Okay, do it tomorrow and come. So in that child mind process, I thought, what a value does the music have? Because I was taking it because just because I like it and my family wants me to be there, so I'm doing it. But then, in the age of when I was 14 or 15, I went to Russia for the first tour. When I was not having my own passport, I went on a government white passport, uh, which was like a VIP passport. And the first tour of my life was for 2.5 months. Being a kid, when I was enjoying it, no homesick, nothing, because music has so much of power. Now I've come to know.
Thank you, sir. That was really good to know.
Okay.
Sir, I'm
Yeah.
curious to know how you plan on carrying your legacy and encouraging a love for flute music.
Well, legacy, nothing can be planned. All it happens, maybe God has his own plan. Only practice and riyaz, or whatever you say, is in my hand. Being a legacy, I will try to keep up the Chaurasia legacy, because what my uncle, Pandit Hari Prasad Chaurasia, has done it. I don't think it's possible, but I can try my best. And that, that Chaurasia name on my shoulder keeps me on toes, because people have expectation, a lot of expectation from me. Okay, because definitely he must be good if he's not very good, because he comes from that family. That expectation is very bad, But it's good for me if you take it in a positive way, that okay, I try to work as much as possible. And because I enjoy also, then it's not a big task for me. Sorry, I forgot your second question. Legacy, and then?
How do you plan on carrying on your love for flute music?
Well, that will be always there. This is my first love. So it always stays with me. And sometimes my family also is very jealous, because this is the only instrument which be the closest always to me with my lips.
Thank you so
This
much,
will
sir.
this will be with me ever, forever.
So, out of the numerous prestigious awards you've received, which
Mhm.
one holds a special place to your heart?
None. Well, I've not got really the big ones, but for me, the best award is the audience. Because when we perform, for us, you people are still in school, but for us, performing every day is live performance is a different ball game altogether, because it's like every day you're giving an exam. And once your paper is done, immediately you're getting the result with the applause, with the standing ovation. So you come to know how your music have touched to someone or what was the appeal that day. It's only for that day. It will never happen next day. If I want also to play, no, it can be worse, it can be better, it can be very good, but not the same. So this is the best award, when people throw out their love to you, they give your energy sometime. Arey, meri umar bhi isko lag jaye, the old people really blessing you. I think that's the biggest, the applause is the biggest award. Means award is just a monogram or a shield, what you keep at home. But that you look and you achieve, okay, wow, this is my achievement. But the live, what you can see in the audience eyes, that they are, wow, they're really, they want to take care of you, and everything is some affair. I think is the biggest award for any artist.
Thank you, sir. I totally agree.
Sir, which
Mhm.
musician would you like to collaborate with in the future, and what kind of music would you like to create?
Well, I'm uh, being a classical music, but I do lots of other music. I have played for Bollywood. I've played for bhajans. I've played with ghazals on stage, and all this have become experience. And recently, I have done a collaboration with Ben Affleck and Edgar Meyer and with Zakir Bhai, and they are the artists of what caliber I cannot explain. Also, that means nominated for like 17 Grammys and got 14 Grammys, and we can only imagine. But my plan, I had a plan to play with like Michael Jackson and all that kind of, but more is fine. But I prefer still, doing my own classical so that you are the king in your kingdom, do whatever you want, because collaboration is a good thing. Collaboration, I take it as a learning process. When I play with somebody else, I grab their ideas, their phrases, the way of their playing, and I try to incorporate in my classical, which will look or sound different from other people. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but most of the time it happens because. But collaboration again is like adjusting a lot of things, like you being alone in the room and with your roommate, you have to adjust. Okay, it's her sleeping or his sleeping time. I have to switch off the light, but I want to read, but because it's disturbing, I need to hold myself. All that thing, but it's also fun at the same time. But I prefer doing alone on the stage.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You have the flute next to you. So, would you
Mhm.
like to play something for the Smile community, please?
You tell me what you want me to play.
So, it's totally your choice. We will love everything you play.
Now you have to tell me what I've played, okay? Now tell me what I played. I played three pieces. What was it?
So, one guess of me is Hare Rama, Hare Krishna.
Wrong. Hare Rama Hare Krishna is. Are you talking Hare Rama of Jinatapan? I played from Yarana. Chukar mere man ko kiya tune, because of the smile. That's why. Then second, what I played? Anyone? You're muted. Yeah? One hand is raised. Speak.
My heart will go on.
Titanic. Correct. And then?
Thank you, sir. I must say it was really pleasant and it was totally pleasing to the ears. So, sir, stemming from this, do you think the virtual world is a boon or bane for musicians?
Well, I think it's temporary because we miss that positivity and the people giving us energy. Virtual is just because of this pandemic. What I think, if I'm answering correctly, you're talking about the virtual interaction, right? And the concerts happening. Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's fine because at this time, thanks to all this technology that the thousands of and millions of people are getting to know what one's feeling about all this thing and being connected. So thanks, that's amazing about technology. But for music, I think we miss that live scenario.
Yes, sir, definitely. Thank you so much.
Like you people, you know, where you enjoy when you're learning under the teacher, you know, explaining you, having a joke and meeting each other, exchanging your tiffin and all that. Now virtual is what? Maybe we were wearing a short, maybe a shirt just because only this much can be seen. So that principle and that everything, definitely we'll miss always.
Thank you, sir, for such an enlightening interaction. It was an honor and proud moment for us to be given an opportunity to interact with you. We feel privileged and blessed indeed. Thank you once again. Let us now sit back and enjoy some melodious music by Sri Chaurasiaji himself.
Before you conclude, I just want to say, am I muted? Oh, everybody, you know, everyone should add some music in your life. It can be classical, it can be jazz, whatever it is. You should add music in life because they say without music, life is incomplete. A lot of people into business or they want to get into the parents' business, fine. But about the main essential of music, you'll come to know if tomorrow if you go to any club or tomorrow if you go to any temple, anywhere, if there's no music, any party, the party becomes so boring. You don't come to know what is happening. You say, oh, yesterday I went, that party was very boring because of the music. A small, if you maybe if you want to have experience, if you try to see a horror movie without the volume, mute and see the horror movie, you will not get scared because that effect, what the music create, that makes you fear, you know, that scares you. And some people say, oh, I'm very unmusical, I don't have music. No, he's wrong. Because when you are talking, when you're speaking, we say Vani. Everybody has a nice tone. And if you say, I don't have a rhythm, no, it's wrong. Rhythm is always there with you. It's your heartbeat. So you have music and your heartbeat. God has given you. So just be connected because without music, life is definitely incomplete. It's the best stress burst. And if you play any instrument or something, it's amazing. You know, you will be away from the world, what is happening, why it's happening. No, because a lot of people think the music is only for hobby. No, it can be a profession. I roam all over the world just with the piece of bamboo, you know, and the people appreciate. And this is my bread and butter, and this is the thing I'm enjoying. So try to add a small bit. Maybe you don't want to become a musician, but at least try to listen a lot of music so you should know how to appreciate. Tomorrow, if you're going with your friend to a club or something, or do you understand music? No, I don't understand. Just switch off the music and you see that the same next second, the party will be so boring. It's the music what works. Thank you. Keep well. Stay safe.